Howdy all, and welcome back to Lives. I think it's time we play a little 7 Days Die. Oh man, I felt like I would have sped up a little bit with my splint. I do not have. It tells me to use first aid. I don't have any first aid. Alright, so we gotta get some water, right? I think that's where we left off last time. I wanted to go get some water, but it was almost nighttime. Oh, right. I got no bridge. Oh, I guess that worked. Got some early morning here. Where's this quest take place at? Maybe we'll head off. It's not too far away. Retrieve the supplies. Let's go retrieve some supplies, because it's going to be in the wintry biome anyway, so I can grab some snow while I'm out there. Although it should be nice if it got a little brighter. Yeah, it should be nice if I could move a little faster. Oh man, next level definitely gonna put some points into something to give me some extra stamina. I think there's one that increases your regeneration speed while you're running, which will be a good thing. You want to dig that, or are you just gonna flail your shovel at it? Uh, yeah, so much regular week this week than the last couple weeks for sure. I'm not really a big fan of holidays, I guess, because there's just so much effort and disruption of your regular schedule. Like, it's nice to take some days off or whatnot, but not the holiday times, because they're so just everybody's uh got their own versions of what should be going on and all the decorating and stuff. Oh, I gotta tell you a story about the decorating. So we uh for whatever reason they have I guess designated down here as the dumping ground for whatever furniture or whatever they don't want to put up with anymore. And so Christmas decorations go in the storage room at the end of the room here. And oh man, I can't hit this guy. Come on, stamina, you're gonna get me killed. Oof, these guys are so tough to kill. And so, we've got the Christmas decorations up for Christmas, and Christmas is over. So Sunday, I told my nephew, I'm like, hey, we'll play the board game I got for Christmas, and so we played it on Saturday, and he wanted to play it again on Sunday, and so we came down and we sat at the table that's down here because the room I'm in is basically my computer area and then a table for playing board games and stuff. And so we're over at the table, and we're sitting there, and two of the other adults who live in the house start bringing down Christmas decorations. And so they've got all these wreaths they hang up, right? So they've got these big plastic cases that the wreaths go in. And I'm not paying any attention to them because I'm sitting at the table playing with the nephew. And so we're playing away, and we get to the end of our gaming session after they've been bringing down all this Christmas stuff. And I go to get out of get out from behind the table, and because the way it's set up, there's a chair on either end people can sit in, and then on the sides, and I sit at the back behind the table against the one wall, and so I go to leave. They have not placed the Christmas decorations in the storage room. They have the door open for it, and they have the light on, and then they just walked away, and they actually placed all of the Christmas decorations on the floor in the path from behind the table. So I can't get out because their Christmas decorations like to the bottom of my rib cage tall. And I'm tall. And so that's a lot of Christmas decorations just stacked in the only path from behind this table. And so I had to get my nephew, my 8-year-old nephew, to try and move. I thought you just to try and move some of these decorations so that I can get out, and so that I could then place the decorations in the storage where they go. It's not like it was full of stuff. It's not like, oh, we can't get the decorations in there. No, there wasn't any of that. It was just we decided not to bother with it. I forgot pigs attack you. Dang it, I should have just shot him. That's okay, this'll fix my broke leg, right? Luckily, I took the time to fix my bedroll, so I should spawn in my base. Oh yes, right. I wasn't bleeding when I died, you cheating game. I was hungry though, so let's go ahead and I'm gonna take a couple of these bacon and eggs with me. But yeah, it was bizarre to say the least. Oh no. Oh, see, and then I didn't hurt my leg. You weird game. Yeah, I know. I'm cold. Sorry, my clothing and all my stuff is out here somewhere, so just gonna have to suck it up. But I just like, seriously, like, adults, you're adults. You know where it goes. And then the next day, I'm down here working, and they bring down more Christmas decorations, and they just start throwing stuff in the corner of the room. I'm like, dude, you know that goes in the storage room, right? I mean, that's where you got it from. Yeah, I know. Then why aren't you putting it in there? I don't know. Well, how about you open the door and put the Christmas tree that's in a box, because we have an artificial one, in the storage room and not in the room. This isn't a storage room. Fine. Well, what do you think? You could just bring stuff down here and throw it in the middle of the floor so I have to walk over it and around it? Oh, you had 4? But yeah, they're ridiculous. So I mean, that's not the reason why I hate decorating for Christmas and other holidays. I just think it's pointless. Now, don't get me wrong. If you like decorations, go ahead and decorate. But my issue is I don't like decorations, but it's still expected of me to be involved in decorating. And they put up more and more decorations every year. Like, we don't spend time in the living room ever. There are a couple of people who spend time in the living room, but okay, it says my bag is here. Oh, it is. It's right there. Wow, it was so covered over with stuff I couldn't see it. And so it's weird to me to take the time, like hours of time, to decorate a room that nobody goes into. We don't have parties, so there's no reason to decorate. Like, if you have a party, I understand, wanting to maybe make it look nice and stuff, but it's just bizarre. I just don't get it. Like, my sister has now acquired most of, maybe all of, an $100 nativity set. Why? Oh, are you the pig that killed me? Oop. Get away from my pig. Nice. Okay. I need something to do with stamina, so I believe that's under strength or fortitude. I know sexual Tyrannosaurus is for melee, but I want... Oh, it's agility here. Cardio. Increase stamina regen by 10% when sprinting. Or just straight up agility, I guess. Well, straight up agility increases your max stamina, right? So I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, I can't. I've already got that. I would need to increase this. Alright, we're going to increase this then, because... I mean, not that it works at the moment, because I got my death debuff on. I was pretty surprised this week, because we can't ever plan anything, right? I mean, that's not allowed. No planning with the gaming groups. And if there is a plan, we don't follow it. So I don't even know why they pretend they want to plan things. I can't do it. I just can't fight these guys today. Just gonna have to shoot them dead. And we hadn't heard a word about playing D&D with our normal, what I would consider my main D&D game, since October 31st was the last day of last year that we played. October 31st. I didn't see XP. I was going to say, I don't think he's dead. He's just a little stunned. He's dead now. And so I was surprised when I get up Tuesday and there's a message, hey, we're supposed to play D&D tonight, and it's on, and I'm like, oh, well, okay. Interesting thing, a couple interesting things I have learned. Oh. Is that I can't shoot. No, is I feel like some of my shots, while aimed at them, are going through them. Like, they're doesn't count. Anyways, couple interesting things that I have learned is that one, to get plastics, you can get them from tires, and you need to use a wrench. If you don't use the wrench, you get like one plastic. But if I use the wrench, I get 16. The other interesting thing is that when you come to a place like this to do a mission, like this one, to come in and collect resources, you actually can loot the place twice. And so if we come in here and we loot the place, a little bit here, Not paper. Um, Let's see if they got anything good. The the way the game works is that when we click on the rally point to start the quest, everything in here will reset. So we can go ahead and take a little gander in here quick and then reset the quest. Oh, it's another tire. Sweet. Now, see, this is probably one of the places where you would get your supplies. Oh, no! Dang it! Will you stop swinging in extra time? I probably want those seeds. I also learned that seeds are super expensive. What am I wearing for pants? Oh, I guess I was already wearing blue denim pants. And, so yeah. So definitely, if you have the time or the inclination, you should probably loot the place before you start your quest, because the quest will reset everything in the building back to the way it was. Oh, that totally says unlocked. Why am I... Dang it. Also, it's really hard to find on the stairs. Man, there's a lot of guys in this place. I wasn't sure I'd be able to get there. Oh yeah, they all were coming pouring out of the ceiling up there. Oh, I got like everybody. But yeah, I was surprised when we got the message that they wanted to, or that our DM was going to run his regular game. And of course, since we had the little tiff since last time, the other guy immediately posted that he would not be playing in the game and that he was basically removing the channel from his Discord. And so we actually wound up playing. It didn't get recorded, unfortunately, because even though he wanted to play, he apparently wasn't prepared, and so we did not run the game the regular way. And we'll probably have that ready for next time. But we just played it in Discord. So no recording of that session. I'll probably do like a synopsis, I guess, if I decide to keep recording. I probably will. I don't know. But yeah, I was very surprised. Yeah, we got what? We had alright, so here we go. Oh, another pig. We'll see if this resets like it does on the Oh, maybe it doesn't reset. Oh no, it did. Cupboard reset. Stove reset. Yep. Seriously? Make some noise. Oh, come on. Come on, you cheating game. Oh, that zombie turned around facing the other way, wouldn't come back toward me, so I took a step forward, then, oh, suddenly he's facing the right direction. That may have just ruined my quest, by the way. I know the quests sometimes are fickle about the distance. Oh, and my leg is sprained. Nice. My leg is sprained. My leg is sprained because I died, apparently. This mission is killing me, man. I'm having the worst luck. I should have taken a better roll with me. And then that way I can lock my position a little closer. But yeah, it was pretty good. We started earlier, which is nice, and we finished a little earlier than normal, which is also nice because it lets me get to bed at a more decent time. And then my D&D game that I'm running is going pretty good. I'm running two in Discord as play by post, and sometimes I just I'm a little confused as to what they think they're doing, and so like I say there's a guard on a hilltop next to a bonfire, and there's a guard down below walking back and forth in front of the hill. You don't. He doesn't have a set time. He's just kind of wandering back and forth whenever. Can we determine the cycle of the schedule of the guard walking back and forth? No, I just said it was random. I just said that. Like, why are you? I'd like to turn into a cat and run into town. I'm like, oh, well, that's pretty cool. Yeah, you turn into a cat. Let's roll some stealth, see if you can get through without somebody seeing you, because these aren't nice guys. They might fire at a cat. And so they get. Can I determine the schedule of the guards wandering around town and how many there are? I'm like, well, if you want to stay in town that long, you could probably figure out how many there are. But no, they don't really have a set pattern. They're more like, hey, you get out there and take a look around kind of thing. This isn't like a military encampment. This is a bunch of thugs who've taken over a town and are trying to make sure that people don't wander around where they're not supposed to. Can we determine? I'm like, no, I just told her you can't figure out what the pattern is. I've already told you can't figure out what the pattern is. Because there isn't a pattern. It's not like that. It's. Stop asking about patterns. There's no patterns. So then they're like, well, if I want to move 150 feet ahead of everybody else off to the side while they move in from the front. And I'm like, okay. And so I'm like, so the rest of you are just charging in while he sneaks around the side? No, we all wanted to sneak in together. Like, well, that's not what his plan is, but okay, well then yeah, I failed. Stay within right there. That's the part I failed. Alright, well, I'm glad I came out here then. Let's just go ahead and head home. Take all my stuff with me. At 2 miles an hour because I'm super overloaded with stuff. And I don't think any of it's anything I want to throw out at the moment. It's all mildly important. But we can look for eggs on the way back, right? So yeah, so my one group, they're currently trying to sneak back into the town. Like it was crazy, right? So they get to this town and they're told by a bunch of different people that there are this group of basically bandits have are trying to take over the town, and there's some resistance against the bandits. And so then they're like, they go and they talk to everybody in one area, completely ignore like half the town where the bandits are at, and then pick a. Well, I don't remember how that went down, but somehow they went up in a fight with the bandits, and they almost died. And but some of the townsfolk came in and helped them, and so now the townsfolk have stepped out to help them fight back against the bandits. And so what do? They leave town and leave the folks to struggle on their own. And so one of the people that they had rescued earlier and brought with them to town was actually headed to this town, and he's a member of a group called the Lord's Alliance, and they want to incorporate the town back into uh, society, I guess. You know, I mean, the town's always part of society, but they want to reintegrate it more closely into the current uh, governmental structure because they believe that a super important mine is about to open, and so they want to make sure that they've got their people in charge of the town, and so that guy's with them, and so then they just leave. They just leave, knowing the bandits are there, knowing the bandits are hurting people and killing people. They just leave, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, the book doesn't, because we're running a book thing. I'm like, and the book doesn't tell you everything, but I'm like, okay, so there's definitely gonna be some consequences now, and so they left, and they've been gone for like a week, and so of course when they get back, they find the guy's body they brought with them, because why would they let this guy live? He wants to take over. They're already in the process of taking over. Obviously, he's going to die. Plus, because they were there earlier and they fought and killed some of the bandits, the bandits are going to get reinforcements in the week that they're gone, and they're going to beef up security so that what happened can't happen again. I mean, it's probably going to happen again because I assume they're going to rescue the town, but some of the people that would have been there are no longer there, and people that they were familiar with are now dead. And so, yeah, so they are currently at night trying to figure out how to get back into town with no consequences, uh, which drives me crazy. They think that there shouldn't be any consequences. I play with a guy in our main game who also thinks there should never be any consequences for his character, and it informs the way he plays his character, and so anything that bears any slight risk he won't do, and he has run from battle and left the rest of us to die because he didn't want his character to be in danger, and so I really don't like the way he plays, and so I show that by disliking his character. Although to be honest, my character in the main game does have a belief that if you can't protect yourself in battle, he doesn't respect you. And so this dude has run off from battle multiple times, or hides during battle, and not in a way where you can get an advantage on the enemy, just in a way so that you don't ever get attacked. So I have no respect for his character. And I also tell him when we talk about our characters that I like to bring up the fact that he ran away and left us all to die. Um, and after we try to discuss tactics, and then he gave us a tactic because we thought he had a plan, and so we all dive in head first. But his plan was just to make us fight the bad guys, so his character could run away. I believe is how it worked out, and so yeah. I had informed my DM after that. I'm like, don't be surprised if my character never listens to anything that dude says ever again, because that was not only infuriating as a player because you abandoned your party and the game is a party game where you're supposed to be a party, a group, comrades in arms, not here's some cannon fodder so my character can get away without taking any damage. Um, but anyway, so yeah, so now they're back in town and trying to figure out how they can get into town without dealing with the consequences, I feel. Although then they do stuff like roll an 8 for their stealth check. An 8 out of a possible 25. So that's not good. It's not good. He has been seen. And he, not him, but the guy in this other game, he made a comment to one of the other people that he felt that I was being totally unfair to them in the way that I was treating their characters. Um, and I'm like, dude, you rolled a 1 for your stealth and a 2 for your perception. Like, what did you want me to do with that? He's like, I don't know. I feel like my guy would have totally been seen and not noticed anything. I don't know what he means by you're being unfair. I'm like, I mean, roll better if you don't want to get seen and you want to notice things. I just so yeah, so he's not going to be happy when I get the rest of the rolls from the group because they are totally getting caught right now and having to engage in a fight against the guards from this end of town. Uh, because they rolled bad. And and then uh, and then my Wednesday night game took place, and that went all right. It's going really slow. Our DM doesn't really let us advance very far. He like prepares one tiny little section, and then once we're done with that section, he's done for the night. And so we get to town, and he reads off a bunch of things we should know from 2 places, and that's it. I mean, there's lots of places in town we could go to, but he's only prepared to do the things the guy at the church knows and the thing the people at the inn knows, and we're not allowed to go anywhere else. And I hate how he's not capable of using the index in the book for the pre-made. It's not like he's making it up. It's, you know, a pre-made adventure with a list of what the people know. He doesn't actually prepare ahead of time. He says that out loud. But it's not true, and we know it's not true because then he has to stop and read the book while we're playing. So we know he didn't actually do anything, and then he'll make comments like, "Oh, I got so many different documents open to make sure I've got everything prepared for this town." Yeah, you have access to the digital book because I purchased it, and the digital book has everything all together. And you just right click and open a new tab to go to that section you're talking about. So I'm not exactly sure why you're having such a hard time of running this, but it's driving me crazy. Uh, and then, um, and then, uh, oh shoot, I am in the wrong spot here. Totally didn't realize it. Uh, Interesting. I'm not sure how to. Oh, there we go. Could you please open the door? Thank you. But yeah, it's I don't know. It just and then we're doing the other play by post with him, and so I was like, hey man, you know, I feel like my guy should be moving faster than you're allowing us to move, and then he wants me to explain why I think my guy should be moving faster, and so I point out that I have a special ability that lets me move twice as fast in particular terrains. And then he's like, well, the book says. I'm like, yeah, but is the book referring to regular movement or is the book referring to um, difficult terrain? Because that's the thing that my ability lets me skip is difficult terrain. And so, I mean, if I can skip the difficult terrain, then shouldn't I be skipping the difficult terrain? And uh, and so he didn't like that, and so it didn't matter how many rules I showed him out of the book, he wouldn't believe that it was difficult terrain until he read someone else say it. And then he's like, oh, well, someone in this other post said that that's the way they do it, so I guess it'd be okay. I'm like, okay, ooh, that is enough polymer to do the bike. So I just need to get enough forged iron out. And I may be able to put together a bicycle which will super speed up the process of traveling. We have some bikes on our other game. Uh, I think it's going to take more than. No, actually, I don't think it takes much at all. Let's look here. But yeah, this has been an interesting week for sure with all that stuff. So I need duct tape, which dirty water and the bones will let me get the duct tape. I've got the leather, 2 mechanical parts. Looks like I've got the forged iron on me already. Mechanical parts. Okay, I got 27 mechanical parts, so that part's good. The handlebars is 6 short iron pipes, and then the duct tape, which of course I've got to make glue with. Okay, we've got that part. And then we got to make the wheels, which are 20 scrap polymers each, and a bottle of acid, 2 oil, and 10 lumps of coal. I've got the oil. I've got the polymers. Ooh, I don't have the coal. I'll have to get some coal. Oh no, I do have the coal. Check it out. Yeah, so I can totally make a bicycle next time. That's awesome. All right, well with that, click like if you like, subscribe, share, and catch the next one. I will talk to you later.